There's going to be millions of folks in Argentina who now have access to transportation in a way that they wouldn't have before.
Over the last decade, the Metropolitan Transit System has been sending old trolley cars to Mendoza, Argentina. It started with first-generation trolleys from the 1980s, and now nearly all of MTS's second-generation trolleys are on their way to be repurposed.
Se va a duplicar el servicio y vamos a mejorar el servicio actual con las nuevas duplas también.
The Secretary of Public Services in Mendoza, Argentina says the first-generation trolleys are still running great. They're getting an additional 39 MTS trolley cars, which allows them to grow their transit system.
Solo agradecer a MTS, a las autoridades de San Diego, porque gracias a ellos hemos podido seguir desarrollando nuestro sistema en nuestra provincia.
MTS's second-generation trolleys rolled out in the mid-1990s. They were the system's first trains with onboard computers, and even though they have millions of miles on them, they can still run for years to come. If they weren't given away, officials say they would be forced to scrap them.
And that is a cost to the agency. Not to mention environmentally, you don't want to see something that couldn't serve a useful purpose go into a landfill.
MTS CEO Sharon Cooney says some of these second-generation trolleys are already in service in Argentina. You can tell which generation a trolley is by the number on it. A 5000 series is the newest fifth-generation models, which are more accessible for passengers.
We made a conscious decision to become more accessible for people by going low floor, which means that people can roll their wheelchairs onto the vehicles, they can bring their strollers.
Some second-generation trolleys will still operate in San Diego for the next year or so. A majority of them will eventually end up in Mendoza, but there's talks to keep some in town.
We are in conversations with a prominent brewery here to possibly put one on one of their campuses. We have also been discussing it with railway museums. They have a lot of interest in San Diego MTS because we were one of the original modern light rail lines in the United States.
Matt Hoffman, KPBS News.